And also, I just want to mention quickly, I have a couple more questions. One of the reasons for breaking these up into pieces, too, is the ability to do this project in phases, so that you're not committed to doing one large project. If you have the capacity or the funding to do one large project, that's great. We can make this one huge complex. But by breaking it in a section, you have the ability to, as funds become available, as partners become available, you can then do the projects as it goes along in time. Yes?
Coming along the old 8th Street, and I know the front of Laney College has a lot of vehicular drop-offs where people drive up and drop students off and continue on. If you had parking like that and a one-way street, if people were...
It's not one way.
It's
It's
not one way.
It's not one way.
It's not one. You'll be able to go.
It's two directions.
Two directions.
No, but
One
people
lane.
would, people,
One lane,
if
yeah.
it was one lane, cars would be
Drop-off's
parking to
important.
drop off students and creating
See,
a real...
what you do with that is you create a sort of loop where there's a drop-off section within
That's
the
the
right lane and the left lane part of it. Plus, you know that a lot of the students also are coming from back in the front of the bus station and Laney that will have a drop-off section along the loop. Then on 10th Street, there is also a drop-off section that will be part of that. So you're going to have like 3 major areas where that could happen. But your point is well noted too.
I think, ooh,
Yes.
what happened? I hit something.
Yeah, just to follow up on that.
Yes.
You know, there's large scale trucks that go in.
Oh, yeah, right here, yes.
Service
You
and
have the service for food and stuff right there, books right there, right. And that's still open, as you can see. We haven't taken that out. We're just trying to enhance the pedestrian component of that entrance. Yeah.
Have you thought about pedestrian overpass?
Well, actually,
We did.
Actually, that has been discussed, and and we've talked about the ability to do a pedestrian overpass from the garage all the way
campus.
across.
Yes.
So it is something that we've talked about, and you don't see it here, but it has definitely been in discussions.
Yes.
It's very nice plan, by the way, but the large building displaces a lot of the existing parking, and while this is under construction, where would parking?
You wouldn't ask those kinds
Yeah,
of
the
questions.
swing space, the swing space that will be utilized. Yeah, the swing space that will be utilized could be the Kaiser Center across the street. We'll be able to have parking from Kaiser Center across from 10th Street as an area. And also recall that 5th Street and 7th, we are building a new parking area there also. That would be another added area for parking to reduce the influence. But we will provide additional parking opportunity during the construction period.
Yeah, but that is definitely a major consideration about it, because there will probably be a net loss, quite frankly, of parking for the interim, more than likely, but we'll try to see if we can pick up as much as possible of that so there isn't a huge loss of parking.
And as a matter of fact, the parking section, the parking garage itself, would be one of the first phase of the project that will need to be completed as we are doing the rest of the project. Okay. Yes.
Just, I would second the motion of trying to have pedestrian overpasses. Not only does it kind of look nice from the street, but the 7th Street, 8th Street corridor is a really highly trafficked area, and I can't really foresee that being narrowed to one lane. But the child care center there, and you'll probably hear this from Laney, I think the people of Laney are not gonna want that to be so far from the campus, since a lot of people utilizing that are also students, and that's really a pretty long way for them to go from where their kids are to where their classes are.
I think the distance between the existing portable and the campus will be more farther than the area we're trying to locate it right now. We want to be able to put in an area where you can be able to drop off the kids over at the center, park in the garage, then go into the campus, as opposed to coming from across from OUSD on the other side of 10th Street. So the distance here, when all said and done, will be much closer than the situation
And
that
that
we have
actually was
now.
part of the consideration, quite frankly, is that there was commentary about the existing Child Development Center was inconvenient for a lot of the people because of this distance from the campus. So, but unfortunately, the campus is so tightly locked, you can't really get it on the campus anywhere to make it work. So this was an attempt to try to get it a little closer.
Yeah, see, some of the students are indicating that when they drop off their kids over at the other center, they have to drive around, come across all the way to 7 to be able to get to school. So by being in the same contiguous area, that will make it closer. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I feel, with all due respect, I feel you've made an assumption that people with children all have cars. I think a lot of people that are going to junior colleges take public transportation. So if they're taking BART, and they get off at the BART, and they have to walk all the way over there and all the way back, versus they're closer to the BART station over there and the bus line.
No, actually,
The
This is actually
way
closer.
some of this is being planned is that we'll be able to work with AC Transit group such that we'll be able to have a line that goes through here if that becomes part of the system at that time. So all of that is doable. Your point is well taken. Yes.
Yeah, I think the other concern there is that you've moved the child care center
That's
to
the one I'm not sure about.
within 100 feet of a major pollution source, i.e.
That's it.
880 freeway.
that's a
And
consideration.
children do need outside play space, so I don't think it's a good location there.
Okay. All right.
It should be on the other side of campus.
Okay. Yeah, in terms of, okay, your point is well taken. In terms of carbon monoxide, what we're finding out, you see, there was this complaint that the Lenny Library may have some toxin in it, and the air quality that was outside, there was no sufficient air that was coming in. We went outside to measure the air quality inside the library and the air quality that is outside. We find out that the air quality inside the library was much more better than what was outside that we all walk and breathe every day. So we are close. We are an urban center. The conditions here are not ideal given the situation, knowing that the port of Oakland is here and a lot of trucks that go through here are running on diesel and all of that. But those are regional considerations that we will need to look into as we determine our own situation.
When the subject comes up, and again, it's this bizarro American system where, you know, in most democracies, you wouldn't be tracking public opinion, ignorant public opinion, necessarily ignorant public opinion, day by day by day,
competition.
after a new government has been installed. A new government would enact its program. And the way we do it, all of a sudden, because a poll shows that this package, which nobody really knows anything about, what is less popular than it was last week, panic ensues.
And no relationship is assumed between the media coverage and those polls. Norman, to you on this. I mean, the Daschle story had me a little provoked because in the same way that Trudy's saying, what about that money not
we
just...
don't go into the nitty-gritty of what the traffic parking situation will be in the year 2022. We're looking at the big picture of where we go from here, and let's stay within that. At the time we get involved into the schematic drawings and development for this building, then we'll be able to make room for those type of consigns. Your point is well taken. Yes.
Yeah, I, as a few others have indicated, have a concern about the one way, or not the one way, but the two one lanes.
Narrowing of the street.
And two things. One, I would think consideration should continue to be given to blocking that off. Okay. Secondly, revenue from those meters goes to the city of Oakland. And so if you're looking for revenue, each one of those diagonals does not bring revenue into the district.
Yeah.
Well, it does. You know, actually, from our perspective, the diagonals we're dealing with an additional parking and trying to relieve some of the heavy parking loads in general, particularly on the garage. If you have a lot of the retailers, retail and/or students, the other side could be even student parking, just like you have now on the street. That's the reason for them.
We're not paying. The city doesn't have meters in them right now for the area, and if we do go into a memorandum of understanding with the city, they will not be part of the city parking meters. Yes.
How many levels you make in this parking lot?
Right now, it's probably 4. It could end up being 5.
1,600
Yeah.
parking